You should be saving for the future, but savings accounts suck, and investing can be scary. We combine the ease of savings with the real returns of investing. We call it Save Vesting, and it's only available in our new app, Stairs. Stairs offers 4 to 6% returns, no fees, and you can withdraw anytime. Do your future a favor. Visit stairsapp.com today.
Hey, this is Patriot Nick, and you're listening to the Eric Zane Show Podcast, where if you don't like what the host says, he'll threaten to fight you in the streets.
Hey, I'm a girl.
Oh, wait, that's not the right clip.
Guess I have to fight you in the street now.
Oh, there you go. And now here's your host.
I'll fight you in the street.
Eric Zane.
I don't care where it is. I will fight you in the street. Welcome into another edition of the Eric Zane Show Podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the week. Welcome into another edition of the show. Thank you so much for being here. Always a pleasure to have you. So, welcome. My gosh, just a whirlwind of things that have been happening around this household, not the least of which is a very grumpy NFK. My sweet brother-in-law is acting like a maniac. Jesus. I'm walking down the steps this morning to go get my second cup. And it's a bad sign when I hear the microwave beeping like crazy. I'm like, uh-oh. That thing is on its last leg. It'll be, doing its thing, and then all of a sudden it'll say, there'll be like a warning message on the deal saying, sorry, doesn't work anymore. Now, typically, I just unplug it, plug it back in, and if you were to look up what the little code that comes on the thing, what that means, it says, yeah, you got to reset the circuit. It's kind of like a run, needs to reset. So that tells me there's definitely a problem with it. Kenny, please do not send a microwave. Seriously, that's quite all right. We can handle that. Not a big deal. Appreciate the thought. So, unplugging it is usually the route, but that's happening more and more now. So I keep like, hey, I gotta go get a new one. And the NFK is like, well, hell, shit, fuck, I'll definitely replace it for you. And I'm like, oh, buddy, we'll definitely, thank you, I appreciate that. Not necessary, but now he is really the only guy that uses that thing. I might heat up food once in a while, but he uses it a lot every day. I mean, when you have a freezer full of frozen food, and that's all he eats to load up the old Bush beer / Hams beer shit cannon, well, that's how you heat it up. So this morning, it's I could smell the hot pocket heating up there as I'm walking down the steps, and I hear the thing. This is what I can't see anything. I'm just walking down the steps from the upstairs to the downstairs, or to the main level, and then I hear it beeping like crazy, and then I hear motherfucker, fuck you, and I'm like, what the? And dawns on me that that's what we're faced with. So he is, as I come around the corner, he doesn't know that I'm there. He actually is giving it the finger. Just like I've told you he does before. He gives the middle finger to things. And it's like, what? Dude, come on. So he's grumpy as shit. Now, the other day in the mail, a package arrived. And I didn't know what it was till yesterday, and it all made sense. You see, he's so short. He's shorter than me. He can't reach up where the plug is and unplug it because he's so fucking short. He ordered a step ladder for this reason alone. He said to his to Diana, "Hey, I can't reach. Do you think you can get a step ladder?" So a step ladder shows up so he can put a step ladder in front of the fucking microwave, get on the step ladder, unplug it, and plug it back in. So now I got a step ladder in my kitchen. Weirdest damn thing. Now, and then I'm like, in the back of my head, holy shit, please don't bust your ass. Please don't fall down. The last thing I want to do is get done with this podcast and see the NFK paralyzed on the floor in the kitchen with a hot pocket on his chest. So I walked down the steps today, and he's swearing at the microwave and actually giving it the finger. And I always go in there with a, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" I've tried to just, because, it goes from 0 to 100. And he goes, "This motherfucker fucking thing, it just, I go, oh, yeah, it does that. Shoot, I've been meaning to take a look at that. I told you I'd help you get a new one." I go, yep. Been meaning to. I'm just like, fuck. If I do that, though, then I don't have moments like this where I'm laughing on the inside. And a great way to start off the podcast with the story of you giving the middle finger to inanimate objects and calling it a terrible name. More NFK news. He doesn't have the ability when the dog, because Daisy was down there too, just looking at him like he's crazy. If the dog is in my way, I like, "Come on, move along," like tap her in the butt, He just walks right into her. And it's, the way he walks. And he just kind of like runs into her, And then she kind of like, what? What the fuck is that? He gets so pissed. I mean, just so enraged. And it doesn't happen enough where I have to sit him down and say, "Buddy, you're going to have to reel this in." But it's, oh, God. Sometimes I feel like I'm a fucking prisoner in my own home. Jesus. And then I saw this. I've been accumulating these stories. I figured that just one wouldn't be a big deal, but put them all together, you have a nice segment to start the show. The other night I was, of course, crushing another bowl of Count Chocula. And he goes over to the ice maker, another part of the appliance that he's destroyed. Remember the ice maker? He uses so much, it actually burnt out the motor of the ice maker. We had to replace the motor of the ice maker. The guy is just eats through appliances. He's filling up the cup with ice, and what he does is the opening on this bottle isn't big enough because the ice would fly out of it and just go flying all over the floor. So he puts it in another cup and then he kind of dumps it into there. Well, the problem with that is half the time the ice cubes fall onto the floor. Now, if I am not in there, the ice cube will just sit on the floor and melt. And that's it. But if I'm in there, he gives it the finger, calls it a terrible name, and then he'll pick it up. But what he did do this time was he did all that, and then you see him bend down, which takes forever because his legs don't work, gets it in his hand, and plop right back in his cup. 3 ice cubes. Now, I could understand the old 5-second rule for a dry good, A dry something. I don't know. Peanut. Not that I'd pick up a peanut off the floor, but at least it's dry. This is wet. This is an ice cube. So whatever is on the floor is now on the ice cube, is now in his drink. And he does not give a fuck. And he just picks it up, picked 3 ice cubes up off the floor. 1, 2, 3, right in his drink. And I'm like, fuck me. What the hell is going on around here? Oh, my God. So there you go. That's how we start the show. You can find it, of course, on Twitch right here. The live stream brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Thank you so much for sponsoring the live stream. Later on, I'll post it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Facebook brought to you by, again, Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. If you could find me there and follow the page, like it, that would be awesome. Twitter @Eric Zane Show. Follow me on Twitter, please. Trying to slowly but surely, I've been getting more and more people on Twitter after what has been like a steady decline of like 6 years. Not to mention YouTube, brought to you by My Policy Shop Insurance, Frank Fuss. Thank you so much. Follow me on YouTube, Eric Zane Show. Subscribe to the channel, bell notification, thumbs up button. All right. See, plenty of people that are enjoying the live stream. Kenny is in full form, cannot shut the fuck up. Boy, you know, I mean, every now and again, I just see him on there, and he has a thought about everything. Everything. He is wound up today. So I hope you enjoy lots of comments by Kenny. Good morning, Patriot Nick. Kent, drop the E at you. Chris D, what's going on? Kate in New Jersey. Chris K from Grand Rapids. If you folks on Twitch have not signed up, actually, I don't want you to sign up yet with your Amazon Prime account. There will come a time when I tell you to do that. If you've done it already, no big deal. But I have deliberately not encouraged you to do that yet. There's a lot of boring shit that goes on behind the scenes as to why that is, but just know that eventually we will get to that. After the thorough ass-kicking that I dispatched on Dirk just the other day, late last week, it was on the Patreon. There was only one of you who took the time, sat there and bitched about the presentation of my Twitch stream, which I set up the way I wanted, okay? I did it the way I wanted, and some of you, actually just one of you, Dirk, was the one who said, hold on, I don't like this. You got to redo it. The screen is too small. It's not occupying every inch of the screen of the space available, and that animation of the dark blue, light blue spinning, that is too much. We cannot have that. I want you to take that down. And I promptly told him to go fuck himself, because that's what you need to do whenever Dirk speaks, is basically just tell him to go fuck himself. So I did that. And after I kicked his ass, and I see him right now checking in, and, you know, it's time to give you your second 600 seconds. All right. I think you just got it. Let's see. Yeah, you are timed out for 600 seconds just because. He goes crazy on this thing. Oh, I'm so hurt because the screen isn't the way I want it, because I'm into computers and I know shit. And so he's sitting there giving me all this shit. And so then I beat the shit out of him because he is such a royal bitch. Oh my God. And then so he left it alone. And then yesterday he started in on me again about this. And I go, dude, did you ever think that maybe I like it? Did you ever think? This is what I said to him late last week, too. I go, yeah, well, it doesn't matter what you think, because this isn't yours. It's mine. So I don't give a shit what you think. So fuck off. And oh, my God. And he's like, yeah, you know, I'm into computers. I'm a software developer, whatever the fuck I am. So I know shit. So you should come to me with all these things. And it's like, dude, you have no standing in anything in the world. No one gives a shit what you think. No one. So I like it, so that's all that matters. And you're the only one that bitches. The only one. What the fuck is wrong with you? He doesn't know it, but because he texts me all the time with his anti-vax shit and his QAnon nonsense and all this crazy PubMed bullshit. And I actually blocked him. I blocked him for the day because I couldn't take it. I just couldn't take it. I ended up unblocking him on the text, but oh, God, what a fucking pain in the ass. This person says, I don't know who Foamstick is. He says, I'm a software developer, Zane. I think it looks fine. Of course it looks fine. Dean, you're right there with Dirk. You're going to get 600 seconds, too. just because you're always right there with them. No one gives a shit what you think as well. Go feed the horses. All right? Oh, I love this so much. The fact that the timeout has increased from 300 seconds to 600 seconds. Absolutely spectacular. So, all right, that's how we get it going. We have a Dear Meathead happening tomorrow on the show. I need your questions for Dad. On the Lost Zane recordings just last week, there was one of the first editions of Dear Meathead. And God, did he sound different. He's a little bit more subdued these days. I think the dementia might have something to do with it. But Dear Meathead tomorrow, you can email me on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, eric@ericzaneshow.com. I would love to hear from you with a question for Dad on Dear Meathead, okay? Keep that in mind. My dad, of course. My mom is on my mind. It was 1 year and roughly half a month ago that my mom passed due to COVID. It was a horrible, horrible thing. You all remember it's probably one of the last times I wept openly on the show. That was incredible. And I think the reason why I had wept openly, not in addition to just being her passing, was my mother, if you recall, wrote a letter. All right. Now, I'm not going to cry right now. I'm not even going to read the letter. She left for her 4 boys a sealed envelope with this letter, and she gave it to my oldest brother. This is like many years ago. She gave him these and says, if there comes a day that I pass, keep these safe, and I want you to give these, and then I want you to open it, and no one can open it until I pass. And then there you go. It is a secret, sealed letter that I have written, and it is something I want you to pass along to your brothers. So my mother passed. My brother says, hey, I have something for you that years ago, Mom, he gives me the instructions. I go, oh, wow, this is very mysterious. And then he informs me that she gave it to him first in like 1995, and then she asked for it back, and then she modified the letter, and then gave it back to him. And then again, she asked him for the letter and modified it again. And then each time she would modify the letter, she would write a date on the envelope and so this is really mysterious. What is going on here? I open up the letter, and it is several lines, all just basically, you know what? I got to get the letter. It's right in the other room. Hold still. No, yeah, definitely. Hold still. I'm gonna put an intermission in, and then I'll be back with you. So hang on. Okay, I'm not. You guys are gonna love this. I'm not gonna cry. Everyone's like, up next, get tears. And now there's a twist on this. There is a twist on this. You can see it. It's written on my mother's letterhead. And one of the things I noticed about this letter is how perfectly it was written. Appropriate use of semicolons, commas, perfectly spelled. Well, and she had years to write it. Now, again, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it has several lines similarly of, I loved you enough to ask you where you were going. comma, with whom and what time you would be home. I loved you enough to insist that you save your money to buy extra things for yourself when I could not. So when I read this thing, I was a mess. I was an absolute mess. I go, oh my God, this is incredible. She took her time and wrote this appropriately. Oh Jesus, I just cannot believe it. Okay. Fast forward to like a week ago. I got that baby book of mine. Remember, I don't know if you saw this. I posted a picture of my mother. I showed it on here. It was from August 21, 1970, with my mother, who was 34 at the time, and me in her lap, being a month and a half old, and my brother Mike, the guy who gave me this letter. And we were up at Fear Bunker North, enjoying the woods. So I was like, oh my God, this is the first visit I ever. So that picture was in my baby book. Now, one thing I noticed in the baby book was my mom's frequent misspellings, horrible punctuation. It was almost like she didn't really know how to write English or communicate. It was pretty messed up. And I didn't talk about that at all, but I am now because it tipped me off. And I was like, wow, she really improved on her writing from then when she was 34 to this letter that she started writing 20 years later. And then she amended several times. And it just got me thinking. It didn't do anything much more than a fleeting thought. But then as I was reading that letter closer to her death, like a day or so after the 1-year anniversary of her death, Chris writes, uh-oh. Does anybody know where I'm going with this? Can anybody guess what is happening here? Some of you might be able to, in context, understand what has actually taken place. Adam is close with someone else edited it. Someone wrote, Mike wrote it. No, you're both wrong. Someone proofread it. Someone fixed it. No. Brian wrote plagiarism. Ding, 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 ding. You are correct. This was written by author Irma Bombeck. Fuck! One of my mother's favorite authors. And so my mom ripped it off and made it her own and then fucking gave it to me. This thing that made me weep was written by Irma Bombeck. My mom didn't write this. Shit. Actually, she said she started writing it in 1990. She didn't write anything. If you were, and this is what I did when I was doing the sleuthing. I just took the line. I loved you enough to ask you where you were going, with whom, and what time you would be home. I wrote that into Google. And I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. Probably because I was so raw emotionally. All over the page. Irma Bombeck. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Fucking Irma Bombeck. Now, Mom was a little bit conniving from time to time. So, I told Diana, and I go, yeah, what am I going to do about that? She goes, well, nothing. What are you going to do about it? Go piss on her grave, for God's sake? I go, I know, but I'm just, and she goes, well, it's still the thought. I go, yeah, I know. It's still very sweet. And Chris writes that, still very sweet, but that's funny. Yes, it is funny. That's why I'm telling you now. I told you weren't going to cry. Fuck, man. So then I'm like, should I tell my brothers? And I don't know, man. I don't know if I will. Kenny says she loved you enough to copy and paste. Fuck you, asshole. It took your, okay, 1990 is when she said she wrote it, and that is debatable. It might not have been that date. She might have done this one day before she died. I don't know with her. Looking back on her body of work, there was some mischief going on over the years. And then she said she amended it in 06 and 10. So it took you 20 years to rip off Irma Bombeck. Fuck. Could not wait to tell you that story. Unbelievable. Okay, this show is available on Patreon. The Patreon bonus podcast, I should say, happens right after this one. Well, not right after. I give you a warning. I send a note on Patreon with a snarky picture of one of my former coworkers looking stupid as usual and say, hey, the Patreon starts in 10 minutes. And then we're off and running with another daily Patreon bonus podcast. And I would love you to be part of it. It doesn't have any sponsors on it or anything. It's just me and you for extended time. It is powered by your dollars and cents. Thank you. It's for the super fan. So thank you so much to all of you who are on Patreon or have been on in the past. Thank you. Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Eric Zane, all one word. I recommend just trying it out. Throw $5 at it and enjoy the month and then decide whether you want it full time or not. You can let it ride each month or sign up for one full year, pay in advance, and I'll save you 10%. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. I also have for $10 a month, all of what I said, the entire audio archive and everything new, and the video archive and the live streams. Okay? The Patreon features 15 plus hours of content each and every week between the Lost Zane recordings, the Insane Asylum, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia, the daily bonus podcast, and then, of course, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast each week. All right. And the open and the live stream of the free podcast, this one, today is brought to you by Blue Frost IT, longtime sponsor of this show. If your business needs any support technically, Blue Frost IT will bring it to you. Online at bluefrostit.com. They'll help you if you have to retrofit the office with new computers, new hardware, new software, whatever you need. Or if one of the dummies at work decided to click on the link sent in the email from the Nigerian prince, Blue Frost IT can help you with that. They also work as a managed IT service provider, and they can do that as well. 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT.
You should be saving for the future, but savings accounts suck, and investing can be scary. We combine the ease of savings with the real returns of investing. We call it Save Vesting, and it's only available in our new app, Stairs. Stairs offers 4 to 6% returns, no fees, and you can withdraw anytime. Do your future a favor. Visit stairsapp.com today.
Steve Prince at Prince Arming has gun school coming up this month. If you want more information about when the next CPL training is, go to princearming.com or Prince Arming on Facebook. The rumor is that there is a Black Friday class going on, which is something kind of like a regular thing. You do that while after Thanksgiving, everybody else in your family is out shopping, and you're at gun school, getting all the education you need to be able to carry your pistol concealed. Okay, after you take the class, you can do just that. He has not listed it yet. He told me he would, but he has not, so there's that. But that's the rumor on the street. Otherwise, November 18th and November 20th, 2-part class. That's Thursday and Saturday, Thursday evening, Saturday morning. You can get all the info at the Prince Arming Facebook page, which if you click on the Prince Arming logo at my website, ericzaneshow.com, it'll take you right there. Or call or text Steve yourself, 616-204-1019. 1705. Jason May says, that letter made us all shed a tear a year ago. Yeah, I know. Me too. I sat here and bawled. Kate says, it was the sentiment, Eric Zane. Don't get fresh. Maybe the first letter was a different written work and she found the newer one and decided to change it or shut up. I think I'm going to go to $5 since I can't comment live on the Patreon video. Why can't you? What are you talking about? Oh, that's Amanda. I see. Yeah, sorry about that. On the Lost Zane recordings, Chris says, you got to play Julius's take on the zipper merge to Kyle this week. I don't recall what it was. All right. And then this one, just thinking about writing a letter for my daughter makes me sad, says Amanda. Well, yeah, you're right. And I think that we should all take that's actually a great thing. So though my mom plagiarized, the idea of writing a letter is pretty spectacular. But I can't get up the strength to do it, man. Fuck it. I don't want to be sad now. I'll just say it all when I'm alive. I don't even like to go down that road. What's going to... Fuck, even estate planning. A will? Ugh, shit. Man, I need to update mine. That thing was written years ago, and none of that applies now. I also have to get power of attorney. Diane and I have to get power of attorney for the NFK, because if something happens to him, you know, you don't want that going into probate. You want to actually have it in writing. So, yeah, that's definitely something I got to do. And then when it comes to Diana and I, in the event, the unlikely event that Eric, Diana, Jim, Jack, Maddie, we're all in the RV and a plane hits us, all of this goes to the NFK. This is his kingdom. We'll have to put that in writing. Amanda says, yeah, Eric did not want to ban me. He wanted to give me 300 second. He fucked it up. Yes, that's true. I did do that. I'm so sorry. Joe Biden shitting his pants. In fact, there's a lot of pants shitting to be discussed on the show today. Now, I want to think that Joe Biden shit his pants. Okay? I do. Anytime anybody shits their pants, it's hilarious. Some of the funniest moments on my show have been centered around a story of someone shitting their pants. It's the one thing that makes us all equal. At any given point in time, we all could have an incident where we gamble on a fart. It makes us all equal. Okay? Famous, beautiful people have shit their pants. No doubt J-Lo or whatever, Tom Brady, Matt Damon, they've all shit their pants. The Dalai Lama's probably shit his pants. There's nothing wrong with shitting your pants. It's an accident. It happens. Everybody loves to throw dirt on Biden's grave, me included. I'm more focused on when I hear the audio gaffes and him losing his way. I think those, and I've said it before, I think that actually is proof that his brain is mush. And I do believe that. I do believe that there are moments when he gets in the weeds so much so it's such a glaring thing that I think that there's concrete proof and evidence that his brain is mush. That's one conspiracy theory that I absolutely believe. him pooping his pants, I don't know if it necessarily adds to that. Unless if he were sitting there and he said, hey, Pope Francis, watch this. And then he pooped his pants right there in front of the Pope. Now, I want that to have happened. I don't think it has. I know all you idiots believe that he did do that because you'll believe anything, okay? But this didn't happen. This was started by some crazy fucking MAGA scum Republican, which is what most of you are. And this is how this all started. Biden met with the Pope during the G20 summit. Hashtags such as hashtag Poopy Pants Biden and Poopgate started circulating on social media. You know why I know this was all bullshit? It's the same every time. Dirk was the first person to send it. If Dirk sends it first, if he sends it fifth, it's bullshit. But if he sends it first, there's no reason even looking into it. Because he gets all the wrong information first, and then he sends it to me. It happens all the time. In between him telling me how shitty my Twitch feed looks. It started to circulate on social media along memes based on the unsubstantiated claim that Biden had pooped his pants in front of the Pope. Again, I want this to be true. I do. There's no evidence. And now all I had to do was get it from Dirk, and I said, yeah, I'm going to need, at least when you send me audio, there's audio to back it up. I can listen to the audio with my ears. That's very difficult to fake. Well, I guess it isn't that difficult to fake with a deep fake, but I have reason to believe that those audio gaffes are 100% true. This is not, though. You have no proof. You are simply spreading a rumor to me in hopes that I will say, hey, Joe Biden pooped his pants. But you see, I'm so much better than you and all the other dumbasses who believe that this is true. Okay? It was all idle gossip. One person started it, and it spread because of people, purveyors of misinformation. Dirk. That's all you do. It's embarrassing. The claim wasn't derived from photos or any credible news reports. The rumor was started, or at least popularized, by former Nevada Republican Party chairwoman and frequent Newsmax guest Amy Tarkanian, which is a bummer because she might not be Armenian, but she may have married into it, but she has an Armenian name, so this is fucking horrible. Armenians are supposed to be of sound mind, true spirit like me, unlike you. When I say you, I mean you enjoying this show. Posted the following message to Twitter. Quote, the word around Rome is Biden's meeting with the Pope was unusually long because Biden had a bit of a, quote, bathroom accident at the Vatican, and it had to be addressed prior to him leaving. I know we joke often about this, but this is she wrote, actual rumor going around Rome now. Yeah, that's the same bullshit that Dirk sent me. An actual rumor is not a fact. You fucking idiots. It's an actual rumor. So if you're going to drop the heaviness of shit pants, take it from me. You got to be true in your pants shitting propaganda and stories. You can't just throw something as serious as a pants shitting the president in front of the fucking Pope out willy-nilly. That's serious business here. And you all should be ashamed of yourselves for suggesting something as amazing as that would be as being an actual fact when it isn't. You can't cry wolf on poopy pants shitting in front of the Pope, you fuckers. This goes on to say Biden, of course, is not the only president to have unflattering and untrue rumors spread about his bodily functions on social media. Do you remember when Bush puked on the guy? I think there's actual video of that happening. Didn't he puke on the Chinese guy? Fuck. Social media users previously claimed that Trump pooped his pants on the golf course. That was based on a fake photo. Again, not true. That he peed his pants before or during a public appearance in Tennessee. Real photo, but misinterpreted. That he once had worn his pants backwards. It was a claim based on ill-fitting pants. So all of this is bullshit. Trump didn't shit his pants. Trump didn't piss his pants. He didn't wear his pants backwards. And Biden did not poop his pants. Just getting ahead of this. Enough. Also, it's been brought to my attention that Biden was falling asleep. I watched the video. It was during one of these environmental fucking things where they're speaking through an interpreter. Everybody's holding the thing up to their ear. Biden's got his mask on. And, okay, he was falling asleep. There's no doubt. His eyes were closed. He was sitting there, and then all of a sudden, and he did, but his head did. I didn't see him doing the head thing. The head thing did not happen. I was hoping for the head thing to happen, where it's just like tips on him like that. For several seconds at a time, he would close his eyes. And then he'd open them slowly. And then some aide comes up behind him when they're closing. He's like, what? Huh? What the fuck? Now, in his defense, that was some boring ass shit. And again, he's super old. I'll let somebody slide if they're falling asleep on that shit. I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. That was boring, and he's probably super tired. It just doesn't. It doesn't. It does add to the sleepy of all the things to have happen in the world to see it. His nickname is Sleepy Joe, and he's falling asleep, motherfucker. Of all the things, and if I were him, I would. I really want him to engage in the trolling because he's got to have the idea that. First of all, they're saying, let's go, Brandon. And he's got to have the idea that there's a camera on him all the time. And his nickname is Sleepy Joe. And he's, and then he should look at the camera and go, you caught me. Oh, shit. I better. If he would lean into these things, he would be so much better off. But I don't even know if he has any idea because I think he's screwed up in the head that he has any idea that anybody is trolling him in any way, shape, or form. Which brings me to Let's Go, Brandon. This warrants further discussion. And I was having some technical issues. I would love to play the audio of the NASCAR driver from several weeks ago, Brandon something or other, who just won some stupid race. The reporter's interviewing him, and you hear a gaggle of dudes on the other side of the wall chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden." And it was so clear as day. And she goes, oh, you can hear the fans. They love you. They're chanting, "Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon." And then there you go. It was born. A clever way to publicly announce your disdain for the president. Now, this goes back as far as there's been presidents. Let's only go back to Trump. All things being equal. First of all the people on the left are pissed off at people saying, "Let's go, Brandon." And they're like, oh, this is so vulgar. This is so vulgar. They're saying, "Let's go, Brandon." Well, would you rather them say, "Fuck Joe Biden"? This is working out to be a very clever way for them to say what they want and get all of these people on the left their panties in a wad. It's a clever thing. This doesn't happen on the right. For a change, the MAGA scum are doing something that's clever as opposed to stupid and makes you cringe and go, oh, fuck. This is the first time they've had something clever. Let the MAGA scum have it. Why would you take that away from them? This is their first appearance in the world of clever. And I don't want to hear anything from you fucking assholes on the left because you fucking ornery, crabby sons of bitches. Remember that scene when Robert De Niro showed up in front of all those rich fucking Hollywood fucks and said, I'm just here to say, fuck Trump. Well, there you go. Don't act like you're innocent. Okay? You're even fucking worse. So anybody on the left who's pissed off at MAGA scum saying, let's go Brandon, well, fuck you. I fully support that. First of all, they can say whatever the fuck they want, whenever the fuck they want. And finally, they're not saying fuck Joe Biden. Now they're chanting, let's go Brandon. You got the guy on the south, the pilot on the Southwest flight saying, we're descending for departure. And this is clear skies in Orlando. Guys, no, we got a lot of people heading over to Disney World. And remember to mask up and let's go Brandon. Oh, no. He said, let's go Brandon. It's great. I love this. This makes me happy. And this is 100% true. This article from Fox News, which I don't like to give any credit to ever. Okay? The anti-Biden rallying cry, let's go Brandon, is causing a mainstream media meltdown. And it is true. And I love it. It is making me so happy. From the article, corporate media and liberal reporters have come together, united in a common cause as everyone from allegedly neutral reporters to far-left pundits have gone nuclear in an attempt to shut down Let's Go Brandon. I just want to be part of it because it's so fucking great. And this all fucking happened from the one reporter, the lady interviewing NASCAR idiot after he wins a stupid race. And these idiots are chanting, fuck Joe Biden on the other side of the wall. And she goes, oh, yeah, listen to them. They're chanting, let's go, Brandon. Okay. And his name is Brandon Brown. All right. So that idiot won the race. Fuck Joe Biden. Clear as a bell. Let's see. Clay Travis, he's a fuckhead. He says, this is, I think, a witty and funny viral take on the media's dishonesty, that they tell us something that is clearly not true, that we can see with our own eyes, hear with our own ears. That is correct. Now, maybe she did think they were saying, let's go, Brandon. I doubt it. But it does kind of lend to what this guy says. And that further divides people. They think the media is lying to them. And that is why I think it's so popular with so many people. Hell, I would never say fuck Joe Biden, and I love it. The chant's popularity has infuriated the left, resulting in an onslaught of angry tweets, columns, and hot takes from liberal pundits. NPR labeled the term vulgar, and CNN's Edward Isaac Dover was so offended by the phrase that he called it an inside joke, telling the president of the United States to perform a sexual act on himself. Yes, that's awesome. That is so great. Oh, my God. Again, I love Let's Go Brandon, but not for the reasons you like it. I like it for all of the sideshow that is occurring right now. And again, it's just words. People can say whatever the fuck they want. Robert De Niro can say, fuck Trump. All the rich people can clap and cheer because he says fuck Trump. The people at the NASCAR race can say fuck Joe Biden. And now everybody can say, let's go, Brandon. You don't like it? Too fucking bad. Washington Post reporters Ashley Parker and Carissa Wolf wrote on what they considered vitriol from Biden critics in a piece titled Biden's Critics Hurl Increasingly Vulgar Taunts. The article claimed, see, I think that the left looks worse in this. They are not squeaky clean. They are just as shitty as the right. You're both doing it. And you know what? You can. Good for you. I don't have a problem with any of you saying whatever the fuck you want. Who gives a shit at this point in time? Like anything's going to change. Come on. It's too far gone. It doesn't. No one's going to suddenly start playing by the rules. What the fuck do you expect here? The fact that the right can get away with it now and they're not actually saying anything wrong. It's all an inside joke, and I fucking love it. The article wrote, the current eruption of anti-Biden signs and chants, however, is on another level, far more vulgar and widespread than anything seen in previous administrations. I don't know about that. CNN has also complained about the chant on air when political analyst Maggie Haberman, who is also a New York Times reporter, spoke somberly about South Carolina Republican Jeff Duncan wearing a mask with a "Let's Go Brandon" phrase on it. Oh, fuck yes. So this guy shows up in front of his constituents, in front of his fellow Congress members with a "Let's Go Brandon" mask. Holy shit. He's telling the president to go fuck himself without telling him to go fuck himself. Jesus. Quote, there's nothing serious about this. This is literally done so that he will get attention. Exactly. He doesn't like your guy. What do you expect? And it's working. It's just that it involves being on the House floor, which once upon a time was supposed to be something more of a respected space and a space that was treated differently. Yeah. You all have glass houses. Okay. You're all in glass houses and you're throwing stones. Fuck you. Also on New Day, CNN's John Avalon called the chant trollish. Correct. And not patriotic. Glass house. Glass house. An Associated Press reporter even admitted to nearly getting, this is the article I talked about yesterday, getting kicked off a plane when a pilot did the "Let's Go Brandon." That's what we talked about. Now they're investigating the pilot. Come on. The possibility of a pilot using the term caused reporters to hyperventilate. Vulgarity stand-in from at Southwest Air Cockpit. Washington Post editor Kathleen Decker wrote, while AP's Colleen Long nearly got kicked off the flight. Wow. Will Bunch, an opinion columnist for the Philadelphia Inquirer, declared he would never fly Southwest again. And CNN analyst Asha Rangappa compared the pilot to an ISIS sympathizer. Quote, as an experiment, I'd love for an at Southwest Air pilot to say, "Long live ISIS," before taking off. My guess is that that's embarrassing that leap would be made because the guy says a joke, "Let's go Brandon," which is funny. To say that that is comparable to saying, "Long live ISIS." Oh, Jesus. The plane would be immediately grounded. The pilot would be fired and a statement issued by the airline within a matter of hours. Senator Ted Cruz responded to her post by saying CNN is deranged. Now, look, I will never, I'll say that as of right now, I don't want anything to do with the fucking Republican Party. But I'll say this, I don't want anything to do with the fucking Democratic Party. And I sure as fuck don't believe anything that the Democratic pundits would say, considering they're so up in arms over "Let's Go Brandon." And you know what's going to make this even worse for you, for you people that don't like Let's Go Brandon? All this constant bitching about it. Because as soon as you let them know that it's gotten under your skin, the trolls will jump in and amp it up even more so. Which is why I tell you people on the Twitch live stream, don't engage the trolls, Kenny. Just let it go. It'll all work out. Just ignore it. Don't feed the trolls. No big deal. But you have more than fed the machine, all you people that are pissed off with Let's Go Brandon. Liberals spent years applauding and celebrating vulgar rhetoric aimed at Trump. True. Talk about De Niro at the Tonys with his fuck Trump. Critics of Trump also threatened to blow up the White House, posed with a mock severed head. That was that redheaded chick. She's a comic. I think she's sick right now. I forget her name. The mock severed head of the former president celebrated his fictional assassination in an adaptation of Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. So that makes Let's Go Brandon look not so bad. So shut the fuck up. Journalist Mark Hemingway took notice of the hypocrisy and mocked the left on Twitter. The Let's Go Brandon angst is really something. You don't get to spend decades normalizing the profane and politicizing every public square and then pretend decorum has been breached when you hear something you don't like in an inappropriate setting. So true. Keep it up, you MAGA scum. Keep letting them have it. I support you in your quest to make Let's Go Brandon even more mainstream. Keep it up. Yes, you are scum. You know that. But you have my full endorsement on this. I think she has cancer. What's her name again? Kathy Griffin. So that's where I stand on that. What a unbelievable thing. Just taking over the world. Let's Go Brandon. My God. I felt it warranted further discussion so that you know where I stand on it. Okay. I do cameos. They're better than everybody else's cameo. You can find them at cameo.com/Eric Zane. They're just $15.99. Now, I charged $15. I don't know how it got to be $99. I think Cameo decided to raise the price so that they can take more of your money. It's kind of a shit show because I barely get any of the money. If you do it through the Cameo app or through your desktop at cameo.com/Eric Zane, I get more money. But if you do it on any other app through Apple, it's kind of like I get like a few bucks. It's a shit show. But I love doing them. They're great fun. And I do them live. So that gives you an idea of how this works, because if you say, yeah, I want you to roast so-and-so because he's an idiot, and you give me a few variables, a little bit of ammunition, okay, to load up in my 6-shooter. No offense, Alec Baldwin. And then I do the cameo. I do the roast live right here. Doesn't have to be live. It's all what you decide. I can also keep it rated PG or G if you've got a young person or somebody who might be a little sensitive to the nasty vulgarities that I like to say on a daily basis. Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Great fun. I love Cameo. I've also got a mortgage guy by the name of Mario Flores. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. No matter where you are in the U.S., except South Carolina, Alaska, Hawaii, and Maine. Reach out to Mario. 231-332-6505 today. My Policy Shop Insurance, Frank the Tank Fuss, is a licensed independent insurance broker. Let me spell this out for you. From November 1 to December 15, those of you who get Obamacare or healthcare.gov or insurance on the marketplace, it has different names. If you do this yourself, it's going to take you some time to get through all of the questions and, you know, all the re-enrollment and is this the right insurance? And you finish it and you're like, did I do the right thing? I just don't know. Wouldn't it be better if you had someone who's an expert on it do all of that for you and then say, hey, I have 3 options for you. I have this plan, and this plan, and then give you the benefits of each and what it's going to cost and what he recommends. He's an expert. And wouldn't it be even more fantastic if this was all free? Well, it's true. All you have to do is reach out to Frank the Tank Fuss, and he will schedule a time to get to know you and make this all happen. Make it a reality. I just talked to Frank yesterday. Wednesday, we're going to meet via the phone and pick my insurance plan because I get my insurance that way because I don't have employee paid for insurance. I got to pay for it myself. Well, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it, so make sure you call Frank, and he'll help you. This is free. 616-914-4070. That's 616-914-4070. I want you to get rid of the idea that you can't afford your own insurance. You need insurance. You don't want to go, I don't have insurance. I can't go to the doctor. I'm sick. No, fuck that, man. Get insurance. Frank will help you with this every step of the way. 616-914-4070. Okay. After all the talk about Joe Biden not pooping his pants, it just so happens there is another story where someone actually did poop her pants. And it's going very viral, this story. This is this is an extreme athlete. This babe is running a half marathon postpartum, and she knows she's in shape, and she's got a chance. Daisy is snoring like a son of a gun. Daisy, hey, I don't know if they can hear you. Oops, it's okay. Hey, wake up. Hopefully it isn't wrecking your brain too much. I don't know if you can hear it. This mic usually works pretty well and keeps that from happening. Melissa says 600 seconds for Daisy. Now, being on the receiving end of a pants pooping, I know how terrible this is. But how would you like to crap your pants? And because you think you got a chance at beating your personal best marathon time, you keep the poop in your pants for 13 miles. All right. So she's like 90 minutes into this thing. This chick, Tamara Torlikson. And she ends up running a great time, 3:07. A 3:07 marathon. And she beat her personal best by a minute and 13, I think. She just crushed it. Nothing was... hold on a second here. This story was just published, but I think this actually happened some time ago. Story's making the rounds. A lot of people sent it to me. It reads, Tamara Torlikson's digestive tract is a well-oiled machine. Whenever she has a race or a long run day, her bowels automatically clear before she hits the road. Now, for me, I'm like, my God, usually that doesn't happen, and I have to keep it close to home because I know that all the jostling is going to move everything through and then get me to a toilet, which is what happened in my race with Mike Ball. Wouldn't have mattered. I was slow as shit, but my God, is that a bad feeling? And I can't tell you how many times it's happened while running. There was the Honduras incident where I had to take a crap in the middle of the road and wipe it with the leaves from a tree because that guy would not let me use the toilet. I'll never forget walking into the parking lot of this. It was a security business where these guys do security for all the rental properties. And a guy was pulling out in his car to go check on a rental property. He's got a little light on top of his car, like a siren. And I go, hey, buddy, is anyone up there? He goes, yeah, the boys are up there. I go, can I use the restroom? He goes, yeah, no problem. I go up the steps. It's like a strip mall. And the guy gets up, and he's big as a house. He fills the doorway. He goes, "What's up?" I go, "Yeah, dude, can I borrow the toilet?" And he goes, "1 or 2?" I go, 2. He goes, "No, you cannot." I go, "Come on, man. No." I go, "All right, fine." Found the first spot I could, dropped him right there. Tamara did not want to stop. She didn't want anything to slow her time down because she knew she was going to hit her personal best. And that's what happens when you're an endurance sport idiot. You don't let anything get in the way of your personal best. And it doesn't really mean anything. You don't get like money. You don't get an award. Nothing. But when you're in the zone of training and working, you will sacrifice the life of a child to get your best time. Halfway through the race, she realized she needed to go again. How she handled the urge was unusual. She pooped her pants, but she believes it served her well. Torkelson ended up getting her personal best and legend status in running circles. After having her first child, Torkelson, then 31, was fueled by a sort of new mom energy. Some runners say they've become faster after giving birth. Training was going really well. I knew I was in really good shape, said Torkelson, an event planner in Sacramento, California, who leads a local women's running group. The Mountains to Beach Marathon, which starts in Ojai, California, and ends in Ventura, would be her first postpartum race. And she thought she could set her personal best. And she was crushing it on the first half. But at mile 13 or 14, she realized it was happening. She didn't want to lose physical or mental momentum by stopping, nor did she want one pit stop to prompt her colon to request several. I thought, I don't know if it's possible to poop while running. What are you talking about? But I will try. So this is a conscientious effort. It's not just gambling on a fart. She's like, okay, I'm in the running to beat my personal best, which will get me nothing. So I think I will just poop right now while I'm running and just let it all fly out of my body. Quote, I didn't want one poop to mess it all up. See, when she gets back from the race and the husband is there with the kids and she's like, oh, I'm so glad I did my personal best. I beat it by 1 minute and 10 seconds. This is so great. I'm so happy. And the husband goes, what is that smell? Yeah, there's a pants load of shit in my pants. That's no big deal. Come on, give me a kiss. I said, no, it's fucking over. You're dead to me. Get out of my life. You're an animal. You're disgusting. Sorry, it's over. That would be acceptable in my opinion. So without stopping, without breaking stride, she just, with each step, she relieved herself into the built-in underwear in her shorts. So it had enough integrity, the pants, to hold it in. It's not even leaking out of the pants. It's just encasing her buttocks in fucking poop mache. Drying. I had to focus, she said, and continued on her way. What a pig. It just came out, and I felt a lot better. Torkelson didn't think anyone noticed. Oh, they didn't. Come on now. And if they did, she said she didn't give a shit. Marathoners don't judge. Well, I'm not a marathoner anymore, but I have been in the past, and I judge, she added. Okay, now this might be one of the single greatest athletic feats ever. She then maintained that crushing pace. I mean, this is not a slow marathon. This is a very, very fast marathon. I don't know what the women's world record is. I imagine, what do you think about 2:15, 2:20? Women's marathon world. 2:14 by some lady with really dark skin. Charlie Murphy! But for a ham and egger, 3:07's a fast-ass marathon for anybody. Kept her mind focused on maintaining her fast clip, not what was in her shorts. I cannot imagine that. When she neared the finish line, she yelled to her friends, "I pooped my pants!" Torlakson quickly hit the medical tent for baby wipes and cleaned up in a porta potty after the race. She says it was all worth it to break her fastest time by a minute 20. 3:07 marathon, 13 months postpartum. And there's a picture of her holding the baby. And that kid has a look on his face like he just smelled shit. And he did. I will say this. She looks terrific. I mean, she's 31. She's looks extremely athletic and fit. Congratulations. But I would leave you in a second and make it so that you could never see your children again after that. Running long distances can trigger the bowels simply due to the mechanics of the sport. We all know that. I talk about what you consume beforehand. Could be a problem, too. That explains my issue in the half marathon, a super high-fat dinner the night before. Yeah, I crushed a couple of Jimmy Deans before I went to bed from the NFK's frozen stockpile beforehand. That might have had something to do with it. Think you want to eat something light, you know? Maybe something that'll bind you up. And not a lot of fruits or vegetables. So anyway, she killed it with the time, crapped her pants, ran 13 miles with a pants full of shit. Nice job. All right. A block of cheese. Yes, that would be a good thing to eat her. Runners behind her. Ooh, someone left me some milk duds. I'm guessing it wasn't solid. Brian says, what a ridiculous human. If you can even call her human now. I don't think we can. Melissa wrote, why would anyone ever admit to this? Yeah, well, that's what runners do. These are sick individuals. Jason Schaefer writes, at least stick your hand back there and fling it off. Keeping it off your inner thighs. My God. Jason also says earlier before hey, we're off politics now in case everybody wasn't listening. They should have been listening. That wasn't political. It was more about culture. So what happens in her next race when she doesn't set another PR? Is this a gateway for her having to do it each race? Probably. Jason says, a true story. I once had a shoplifter poop on me during an apprehension. Oh, my God. That'll get him away. Go on. You're free to go. All right. How about this? Moving on. A Florida woman is Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Caroline Melanie Lee. All right, this is weird. Caroline, what the hell? Melanie Lee had just won Teacher of the Year. 60 years old at Darnell Cookman Middle School, High School. But kind of got off the rails when shortly after that, she got into a bit of trouble. One of the students was having a conversation with her, and a terrible incident went down. She was arrested Friday for striking a student in the face after the kid posted a message on Instagram questioning the student's selection, or the educator's selection, for Teacher of the Year. Now, this all comes to us in something we were talking about yesterday in the book burning segment and on the Patreon, the book banning segment, I should say. In Canada, they're banning the book Lord of the Flies in one school district. And in that discussion, we talked about other books that have been on the hot seat, including like Catcher in the Rye and Of Mice and Men. Well, this comes to us from the book Of Mice and Men. They had been covering this book in class and reading it, and I guess the N-word is in that book. And so because of that, they had a problem with the teacher. The students did. And they said, yeah, she used the N-word in school. What she didn't, it was from the book. So that's always tricky. It's tricky even if you're reading it, I would never want to. I would have enough sense. If I'm an educator and I'm about to, in the curriculum and in the year's planning, you have the book Of Mice and Men, which has the N-word in it. Before the book is starting to be even passed out, I would say, just so you know, this book uses the N-word, and let's discuss why they use it and in what context first, so that we all know we can get out in front of it. And then, for the love of God, if you ever have all right, let's do a group reading. You read page 1, and the kid says N-word, and the teacher says, no, that word is, and then actually says the word. That's probably not a good idea. You know, you got to be aware of where you are. It's 2021. You don't want the actual word to pass your lips, even if there's context, even if you're using, if I'm quoting NWA, I'm not going to say it. You won't catch me saying that word. But in this case, it happened. The alleged incident occurred after some Instagram commenters questioned Lee being tapped for the honor. One issue was Lee's use of the N-word in class. Lee brushed off the criticism and said she only used the word while reading Of Mice and Men, the 1937 John Steinbeck classic. Yeah. If you're ever in a classroom and you see that word written down, don't say it. Just say N-word. You don't need to actually say it. Just for your own safety. The paper, citing a police report, said Lee requested to speak privately to the student who was not in her classes. So she sees the kid in the hallway. She goes, yeah, I saw your Instagram post. And you have a problem with me being Teacher of the Year. I just won that award yesterday. And the kid goes, yeah, well, you say the N-word in your class. And the teacher says, well, hang on. Let's go to a private setting and discuss this. And so then the kid sits down, and the teacher says, so what's going on? You know, I'm Teacher of the Year. I'm here for a reason, and I can work this out with you because I'm Teacher of the Year. Now, what's the problem? Yeah, well, when you were reading the book, you actually said the word. And she says, yeah, but that was a book. And the kid says, I don't care. I don't like it. I wish you wouldn't have said that word. And the teacher said, well, I don't know what to tell you. And then the teacher balled up her fist and punched a kid right in the fucking face. Cops said Lee told officers it was the student's word against her own. It was during that meeting the student claims Lee hit her multiple times. The teacher told the cops she believed that the post could be a threat to her life, but she added she was not afraid and did not feel the need to report the message to staff. School surveillance videos showed Lee, quote, walking at an aggressive pace to her classroom before the incident, and the student about 4 minutes later leaving the classroom, holding her face and walking with a low Medina, oh my God, embarrassing, low demeanor to a guidance counselor's office where she reported the incident. The responding officer said in the report, Medina, fuck. So then the kid walks into the guidance counselor, bleeding all over the fucking place. And they're like, well, what happened to you? Well, teacher of the year broke my nose. Holy shit. Neither the school district nor Lee immediately commented. The superintendent, in a statement obtained by the publication, said what is alleged should never occur ever, especially in a school setting. I think she did this. I think a day removed after winning Teacher of the Year, she punches the kid in the face because the kid says, I didn't like that you used the N-word in class. Holy shit. Okay, so let me ask you this. If your kid is in school and teacher is reading from Of Mice and Men and actually reads the N-word, and then there's a post about Teacher of the Year, and you say, yeah, she shouldn't have won it because she actually read N-word. And then your kid gets punched in the face by Teacher of the Year. Are you going to be pissed off? I would say yes. I would say you should never use that word in the classroom. You should just fucking couch it. Just don't say it. You can dance around it. You can say N-word. You don't have to say it. Holy shit. So now 1 day after, the teacher no doubt has got to be fired. That's incredible. Melissa says, don't care. Do you care about the punching part? You got it. Because Chris says, I care about the punching part. And the thing is, I don't have a problem with, I don't necessarily have a problem with her saying it, just not knowing that you can't say it. You can't get away with it. All right. Crank says, I wrote N, say rhymes with, and then, yeah, you could do that. I would say do that. My kid wouldn't be such a pussy to complain. There's no need to use the word, and frankly, it would be a great discussion regarding the word. I agree, sexy voice Andrea, that your kid wouldn't be such a pussy to complain, but you're up in MAGA country, so it's all weird up there anyway. You guys probably say it in the hallway anyway. The teachers probably call the kids that where your kids go to school. All right. Crank wrote something about if mods are checking censoring posts, this is going to be no better than Facebook. I'm not sure what you mean. What's going on? Is there something going on that I don't know of? All right, maybe send me an email, perhaps. But I don't know what's going on there. Is somebody checking your entries? I don't even know what that means. Oh, there's a thing called auto mod. You can turn it off. Well, on Facebook, there wasn't any checking anyway. And that isn't the reason why we're here. We're not here so that your messages can get through. We're here because it's a better platform. Public Nuisance says, are you using voice to text? When I do it, it censors curse words. That's not Twitch, though. That's just my phone. And then Jason spells, he says, weird. It reads as awesome. All right. Enough of that. Get your Eric Zane Show podcast merch. Get it at ericzaneshow.com. Click on merch. Off you go. Get a hoodie for the cool fall weather. Different colors. Different logos, different designs, all there at ericzaneshow.com. Thank you. Full House Comedy, online at fullhousecomedy.com. We've got several shows this week. As always, excited about that. You can see the legendary Michael Winslow. That's the dude who makes the funny noises. Damn it, I swore I was going to get Michael Winslow doing Whole Lot of Love. I'll get it tomorrow. I got to write a reminder for myself. Back Alley Comedy Club on November 5th, and then on November 6th, he will be at Park Theater. Looking forward to that. Get your tickets at fullhousecomedy.com. You also have shows with John Caparulo. He is going to be at Rockford Lanes November 5th, Back Alley Comedy Club November 6th, and the Park Theater November 7th. John Caparulo. Get tickets for these and all the other upcoming shows at fullhousecomedy.com. Thanks again to Dumpster Divers. If you are in West Michigan and you need a dumpster, there is a difference in the dumpster company. You'll save money with Dumpster Divers. You get a better dumpster for less money. That's a fact. 616-375-9962 for Dumpster Divers. You can find them online, dumpsterdiversllc.com. All right. They also do demolition work. So if you're redoing a home, maybe you're somebody who flips houses or whatever, and you don't want to do the work of ripping out the old drywall or getting rid of the garbage or ripping off a roof or something like that, they do it all at Dumpster Divers. They'll take care of that for you. Call or text 616-375-9962 and get a quote. Or junk removal. You got a pile of stuff in the garage. You want it out of there. You don't want to have to take the time to throw it in the dumpster. They will do it for you. DumpsterDiversLLC.com. Okay. I'm getting suggestions from folks that I should amend my huge show bet. And I'm considering it because the bet was, and it's already lost by Bill, I said that if they won 6 games, nobody wins the bet. If they win 7 games, Bill wins the bet. And if they win 5 games or less, I win the bet. So 7 or more, Bill wins. For the Lions, 5 or less, I win. They would have to go 7-1. Actually, 7-2 for the rest of the year for Bill to win that bet. That's not going to happen. They're probably going to lose all their games. People have suggested to me that I should amend the bet in some way and do double or nothing. And so I want to get Bill in here to talk about that for a second. I doubt he's going to pick up. He never does. He's usually on the golf course, but I don't know if he'd be when it's this cold. Come on, Billy. No. And hangs up. You can't even leave him a message. I didn't listen to his show yesterday. But I can only guess that he was losing his mind over the freaking Lions. Okay, now if we did this, where if they lose all of their games, Bill has to do something more extreme than wash my car in the driveway in a Speedo. What? I don't know. If they win a certain number of games, he'd be free and clear, and I would do nothing. That's double or nothing, right? I mean, it's only fair. Give him another chance to at least make himself whole so that he doesn't have to have a chance at whatever terrible thing I want him to do. Now, might need to be a little bit more creative. If they do lose I would take them losing all their games. So basically, for the rest of this year, they don't win, and then I would win the bet. If they win one game, no one wins. Now, I can't do that because that would be the same as double or nothing. It would have to be 2 wins, right? Or would I say 1 or no wins, then I would win. I'm not sure how I can work this, but I have a feeling that that you would like it. Or should I just keep it going and just say, screw you, you lose. Walk the streets of Grand Rapids in a Speedo for an hour. Bill should have to poop his pants in public. Make him do the paintball gauntlet. No, that would kill him. I think you'll get in trouble for elder abuse if you make him wash your car in the snow. Then there's this. There are rumors going around that the Detroit Lions coach, Dan Campbell, might be fired. He might be getting fired. And fuck. I do not want that to happen. I actually believe that this guy has a shot. I know they've been so shitty, but I think they have like 23 first or second round draft picks in the next 2 or 3 years. Okay. And a ton of cap space, like tens of millions of dollars of cap space. So I think, yeah, this person wrote in the comments, it's easy to be hard on a coach with a roster this bad. Give Dan Campbell a season or two with a legitimate roster after they use their 21 picks they have in the years 22 and 23, 10 in the first 3 rounds. And some of the 40 plus million in cap space in 2022. Then let's see if he's clueless. Detroit is in full-blown rebuild mode, and it's ugly. But there is a light. Give it time to shine. I agree. I cannot get behind firing Dan Campbell. You cannot do that. But there are people that are saying that they are wishing for the days of Matt Patricia. Come on. This article from Pro Football Network. According to Pro Football Network, there are strong indicators that the Detroit Lions first-year coach Dan Campbell is on the hot seat. It's rare that an NFL coach gets fired after 1 year, no matter how bad the first season is. But he might be staring down that. Come on. Wow. After the 44-6 loss to the Eagles yesterday, their worst loss of the season and the first game in which they weren't competitive in any way, Campbell took responsibility for the loss afterwards. But Pro Football Network reported that Campbell's post-game message isn't what he's saying in the locker room. Well, now, how do you know that? That's as bad as saying that Joe Biden pooped his pants. So I don't believe this for a second. They then write, the Lions head coach is allegedly blaming the players for everything in private. He reportedly lacks consistency in his message, which could cause him to lose the locker room in the end. Well, let me just say this. I tell you what, though, this might have a little bit more credibility than Biden pooping his pants, though, because of how flat and shitty they were. Because if the players give up on you and they don't want to play for you anymore, and then you'll have a performance like Philly. And if they can prove that, what would happen is the guy who's the general manager, Brad Holmes is his name, he would then sit down with the players and say, would you tell me what's going on there? Because it looks like you're not trying. And then whoever it is that he interviews would say, yeah, we hate that guy. He sucks tons of dick, and we don't want to try, which sounds incredible to me. You would think that people would try, but that does happen where players give up on the coach. He apparently blaming the players for everything in private. He reportedly lacks consistency in his message, which could cause him to lose the locker room in the end. Said he went viral with his first press conference, which showed all the energy and the optimism and the biting the kneecaps. Wow. That would be something. They have the week off this week and then back at it. Who do they play? On the road against some good teams. I don't even know. Oh, it's Pittsburgh. Oh, no. They play on the road at Pittsburgh and then on the road at Cleveland. God bless the Lions. I can't even get mad at those guys. It is so in the rearview mirror for me. I'm just continuing to wait and keep my fingers crossed. I hope this is not the case. I like Dan Campbell. I want them to win so bad. I'm telling you, if the day ever happened that they suddenly become a dominant team in the NFL, I don't know what's going to happen. This place is good. You thought East Lansing was excitable when they beat Michigan and lit couches on fire. You're going to have the mayor of the city of Detroit lighting them with you. Oh, that would be so spectacular. Yes, I am in a kind of learning curve mode again. I have to apologize for that. I still feel like I am rushing through content, and I am not happy with my performance on this show. You might be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I don't feel right in any way, and it has to do with something new. But I'm smart enough to know that because I've done this long enough that whenever you start something new, it feels different and weird, and you're like, oh, it's terrible. But it feels better today than yesterday with the new platform. And the only reason why that is because it's different. You've got a different setup. I've got a different setup. Most of you don't care. The only one that really makes a big deal about it is Dirk because he's a total bitch. But that's come to be expected. I just let that slide because that's pretty much par for the course. If he doesn't bitch, I know I'm doing. If he's quiet, that means it's wrong. Okay? If Dirk says, I love it, it sounds great, looks great, and I'm happy with the platform, that means it's shitty. So, asshole of the day. Questions, comments, concerns. Leave them on the live stream now for the asshole of the day. Brought to you by JM Synthetics and TC Paintball. Yesterday, Colin Kaepernick. What a dick. Did you notice how that story, like nobody picked it up? That was shameful to me. It's things like that. Whenever someone says mainstream media is a real thing, and they keep various shit from us because it doesn't fit their basic agenda. It's when shit like that doesn't get talked about that I will agree with you on that. That was such shit. Colin Kaepernick saying that the NFL Combine is just like slavery. What an asshole. What a terrible thing to say. Fuck that guy. All right. Before I get to the asshole of the day, though, remember, you can contribute to the show. I just lost a key contributor not long ago. So if you see something interesting that you want me to talk about, send it my way on an email. Just copy it and send it, or you can send it via any direct message on Twitter. I just got one from Paul that I used. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. If you ever want to be a contributor for the show, please do that. Just send it along. In fact, Paul sent the story about the woman who crapped her pants. So did, I think Mike Ball sent that too. But if you ever see a story, copy the link and send it to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Shoreliner Striping. They stripe parking lots and make them look great. Find them at shorelinerstriping.com. Today's show also brought to you in part by JM Synthetics. JM Synthetics, though it sounds like a huge entity, is one sweet soul by the name of Jason Mays. He is a Saranac shit kicker in Saranac, Michigan, and he distributes AMSOIL, which is the number one motor oil and lubricant brand in the world today. Okay? They only distribute it one way, and that is through local distributors, people like Jason Mays. And in order to do that, you have to be a shit kicker, okay? They actually come to your house. They size you up. They ask you your take on various things in the world. They make sure you drive a pickup truck that can that can roll coal on bikers and things like that. They make sure all these things that you are like a shit kicker, like the Saranac shit kickers. And then they decide, okay, you're allowed to distribute our products. That's how it works. So this is what I want you to do. Go to jmsynthetics.com. Shop either by product or by vehicle. Light truck, heavy duty, whatever it may be. Pick out what you use, what you're low on, what you will be low on one day, and buy it. After you pick out what you want, do this. Call or text 616-747-0233. 616-747-0233. If you text, just say, yeah, I want this, this, and this. Send it here. He'll say, who is this? He'll say, who dis? You tell him, and then that's it. And then it shows up at your door. It's that simple. That's how it works. That's the way he does it. JM Synthetics, online at jmsynthetics.com. Jason is also known for really giving you the hard sell. And he says to me, he goes, is this okay if I do this? I'm like, well, fuck yes, it is. I don't give a shit what you do. Because I'll write, hey, Dear Meathead is brought to you by JM Synthetics. And he'll then take my tweet and retweet it and wrote, if you don't help me, the show is dead, or something like that. The show is off the air if you do not buy AMSOIL products. So there you go. And he goes, is that okay? Is that too hard of a sell? I go, no, fuck those guys. Tell them that. There you go. JM Synthetics, 616-747-0233. Another sponsor with 2 letters as part of their name, A&E Heating and Cooling. Get a brand new Comfort Maker 96% or better efficiency furnace installed. Okay? 616-516-8579. If your setup is old, shitty, breaks down, inefficient, get a new furnace from Joe Martinez. Ask him about financing. 616-516-8579. Call or text. If your furnace is not ready to break down, it needs to be cleaned and tuned up every single year. Now is the time. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. 616-516-8579. Spend $79. Get that thing tuned up. All right. Who is the asshole of the day today? Don Kollins is in the house. Don Kollins is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Don. Don is the gentleman who introduced me to Twitch. He writes, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. Make sure you follow the channel by clicking the little tray with the arrow in it, bottom right of screen. You will be notified every time Eric goes live on Twitch. Actually, he wrote the little heart. Share the stream by clicking on the little tray. I'm confused already, but it doesn't matter. You guys know what that means. Don is everything Twitch. So if you ever want to say hi to Don and Crank says, it's a bot. No, it's not. It's actually a dude. Don is actually sitting here right now. And you know what's great about Don? He's a Canadian. Okay? Sexy Voice Andrea says, we don't like people monitoring our text. Well, Sexy Voice Andrea, shut up. That's my boy, Don. Of course, you two MAGA scum are worrying about censoring comments. Well, only if you two talk like you do around the house in your pig Latin or whatever it is that you speak. Don, don't worry about them. They're a bunch of assholes, okay? Don's not going to censor me, so he's not going to censor you. Don, let these scumbags know that you're not going to censor him. Don's part of the group. Don't give him any shit, okay? That's my boy. So Crank, shut the fuck up. Andrea, shut the fuck up. He's here to help. My God. Leave it to you two assholes to make a bad first impression. Of course, the husband and wife MAGA scum combo does that shit. You think I would go on this fucking platform if Don is going to censor you? That is not going to happen. It's the first thing I said to Don. Don says to me, hey, I'm going to try to get you featured on the Twitch homepage. I go, do not do that. Do not do that. You do not want me or these idiots on there. Okay? Don is the man. Okay? If you have any problems, I'm glad he made himself available. Don will take care of it. All right. Meanwhile, Crank says that Sexy Voice Andrea is giving him a mouth party. What the fuck is wrong with you pigs? Thank you, Don. I appreciate you so much. Public Nuisance says, tell him to feature me. I'm a Twitch affiliate. Well, there you go. Public Nuisance, Don. Don, Public Nuisance. You guys can make sweet love to each other. I don't know I don't even know how the hell this thing works. Don and I have bi-weekly meetings scheduled. I have a team of illustrious helpers that help me, and that is Don and Sean. Sean is the tech guy. Don does everything else. Zintrin says we need to get Zane a Twitch partner. Working on it. I'm going to need help, Don, on what raiding is. I think I need to do a raid. I don't know how to do that yet. What that would mean is I would then, when I'm done with my show, send all of you to another show. If you can average 75 hours for a month, I'll get to partner. Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll get there one day. How do I do that? How do I click on the raid button? Grow. App Store. Themes. Alert box. Editor. We'll work on that, Eric. Raids are pretty cool in helping others out. Yeah, I can't wait to do it because then that will help me in the long run. Type /raid channel name. I don't know. Crank says, this is all too confusing for me. I feel like I'm getting old. Yeah, I'm right there with you, dum-dum. That's why Don is going to help me. So when I get it down, I'll do it then. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay. Asshole of the day. Asshole of the day. The microwave. Let's go, Brandon. Keep Kaepernick on there. Let's see. In Detroit, every year is a rebuild. That's true. Okay. The NFK got pissed at the microwave. The letter from my mother. How about that debacle? My mom plagiarized her goodbye letter to me. From the grave. My God, Mom, come on. All you had to do was wrote, I loved this so much from Irma Bombeck. I felt it applies to you guys. You can't steal her words and then give it to me like you wrote it. I don't know if I can get up the nerve to make my mom the asshole of the day, though. But in order to keep it real, I may. It's still on the table. Anybody spreading the rumor that Joe Biden has shit his pants. Joe Biden fell asleep. By the way, all of that means nothing to me. Joe Biden falling asleep and Joe Biden, if he did shit his pants, which he did not, that doesn't in any way make him unfit for office. I would have fallen asleep too, and I have shit my pants. Who hasn't? MAGA scum like Dirk keeps sending me that saying he's unfit for office because he fell asleep. It's like, you're stupid. We further discussed Let's Go Brandon, how much I love Let's Go Brandon. And it bums me out that the left get all butthurt about it when they do the same thing. You see, I'm equal. None of you enjoying this podcast or watching it or listening to it or whatever can pin me one way or the other. I just call it as I see it. That's why I get away with calling you losers MAGA scum. That's why I get away with calling you bleeding heart scum, what you are too. You're all pieces of shit on the left, and you're all pieces of shit on the right, okay? It's just unfortunate that I have to vote for one of these pieces of shit that you two are sitting there falling all over for. It's fucking horrible. Did you see these two pieces of shit in Virginia who are running for governor? Oh, my God. I can't get behind any of this shit that you idiots are bringing to me. You're horrible. You're bringing me shit. Fuck. The teacher of the year who punched the kid in the face. Dan Campbell. Is he getting fired? Big Don Kollins made his first appearance on the show. Legendary individual right there. You know, Don talked to me. Let me get back to this. In 2019, I was about 10 shows into the Eric Zane Show podcast. I was doing about 20 minutes a day. And he reached out to me. He goes, yes, my name is, this is who I represent. I work for Twitch and Amazon. Twitch just got bought by Amazon, and they're starting to do live shows podcasting. We have Bubba the Love Sponge on here and a bunch of other shows. Do you want to be part of it? I go, what do I need to do? They go, you need to podcast every single day for 2 or 3 hours. And I go, I can't do that. I don't have that ability. I said, okay, thanks. And that was it. Fast forward to a couple of months ago. I got blocked on Facebook again. And I said, all right, now's the time. So I saved the email. I reached back out. I go, hey, Don, you remember me? I had talked to him a couple other times just to like, hey, keep the relationship going. And here we are. I said, I am finally ready. What do I need to do? And he's taking care of everything. He is like a troubleshooter. He's helped me build this show. And I'm very, very thankful for him. Let's see. I am going to make the teacher of the year who punched the kid in the nose one day after winning the teacher of the year award. But I will say that I support her punching the student in the nose because everybody knows that all young people in school are assholes. So she had it coming, the kid. I think it was a chick. I don't know. I don't even know if you can see it anymore. Teacher of the Year is the asshole of the day, brought to you by JM Synthetics and TC Paintball. There you go. Congratulations. You've won that. We'll do it again tomorrow. Jeep Girl 369 says Colin Kaepernick is an a-hole also. Yeah, I covered that yesterday, though. Don says I'm humbled. Crank says, I have very few friends and even less fans. You're no doubt quoting me, right? Idiot. Don says, great people like you in here and enjoying the show. Make sure you share the link to the show by clicking on the little tray, bottom right of screen, and invite the followers of your social media following. Bring your friends and fans here. You do a better job of this than I do. Thank you. I didn't know any of that shit, Don. I'm like, oh, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. All right. That is going to do it for the Eric Zane Show free podcast on Twitch and, of course, downloadable wherever you download audio podcasts. You can listen to it on Twitch if you want. If you want to watch it later, you can do that. It's all there whenever you want. And then, of course, if you're a audio-only person, download the audio podcast wherever you download podcasts. For Don Kollins, for you, the audience, for you, the sponsors who are all here making it happen. Twitch stream brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. I'll talk to you on Patreon with more podcasting. Till next time, thank you, folks. Bye-bye.
Almost 90% of women have cellulite. And guess what? It's not their fault. We don't choose cellulite, but we can choose a different way to treat it. Meet Quo, collagenase Clostridium histolyticum, AAES, the first and only FDA-approved prescription injectable for moderate to severe cellulite in the buttocks of adult women. This non-surgical treatment is injected by an aesthetic specialist in 10 minutes or less. Individual results may vary. Do not receive if you are allergic to any collagenase or ingredients in Quo, or have an infection at the treatment site. May cause serious side effects, allergic reactions including anaphylaxis, and injection site bruising. Seek medical help right away for any signs of allergic hypersensitivity. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, if you have a bleeding condition, or take medicine that prevents clotting. Most common side effects include bruising, pain, hardness, itching, redness, discoloration, swelling, and warmth at the injection site. Ask your doctor about all possible side effects and for product information. If you're ready to get to the bottom of your cellulite, learn more and find a specialist at Quo.com.